guys, so in this video I'm gonna share with you some updated thoughts, opinions, comments, what have you on this Washburn Solar V Ola Englund signature model that I picked up it's been about a month since I picked it up and unboxed it for you guys. Just gotta wipe it off because did a cover playthrough, whatever, one of my songs I wrote a couple years ago, and that'll be online here shortly. But yeah, I did a number on this, so I gotta kind of wipe it off here. And I just noticed looking at it as I'm wiping it off, I think when this guy, because it doesn't have the Duncan solar pickups in it that it usually comes stock with, this has got the Mick Thompson signature blackouts, and it looks like they had to do some modification with the routing in it, as far as I can tell. I don't know if the camera will pick it up. Let me see. This is kind of a pain in the ass to do. See if I can zoom in there. Yeah, it's kind of hard to tell, but it looks like some mod work has been done in there. But no big deal. I love the pickups. I think they're fantastic. I know when I unboxed it, I was having problems here with the switch, and then about 24 hours later, everything was fine. And then it comes and goes with that. It'll short out, and then it'll work fine. It'll short out. Like yesterday when I was playing on it, it was shorting out, so I still got to take it in and get it looked at. I just haven't had the time. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna start from this side of the guitar and we're gonna work our way that way. So starting down here, input jack is located right here, so it's out of your way completely when it comes to trying to play sitting down. I keep doing that. When sitting down, it's underneath your leg, out of your way. Standing up, it kind of goes out of your way too. This is a good location too to have it, but I got no beef with it being right there. That's still in a good spot. It's got these nice beveled edges on here, and this is very, very comfortable when it comes to sitting down playing, or even when you're standing. You just got a really good resting point, and you can really dig in and get your good pick attacks. Basically, going over this guitar, a lot of thought went into this, especially from a metal player's perspective. Like, you can tell when you pick this thing up and you start playing it, and you just kind of look over everything, the way it was built, and just everything from the ground up. You can tell this was for metal players. This is for metal. That's why I'm never getting rid of this guitar. I think this thing's phenomenal. But I did actually, I just set it up a couple nights ago. I got it strung 13 to 62, and I got it in A standard, and it's still kind of setting itself up. So it's going to be another probably 24 hours. I'm going to have to check it again and see where it's at. But it was holding its tuning pretty well when I just covered my song. Now we're going to move on to like the knobs. The knobs are nice and tight and secure, except for this switch. This is what's still giving me kind of a problem. When it comes to electrical, I don't want any part of that. And then we get to these bridges. This is that Tune-O-Matic. These things are just a breeze to set up if you guys want to set your guitar up yourself and save some money instead of taking it to a tech. It's do a little bit of Google search or a little bit of YouTube tutorial. You're good to go. It's really, really not that hard. You just gotta obviously set your neck adjustment for your truss rod according to how you play. Usually a nice straight neck. Since I actually, on this guitar, since I had to take my string gauge up, it's so fat on the top here, I had to give it a little bit of a bow into it, just because got that much thicker of a string slapping on my frets. And I'm an aggressive player, as you guys know, so the string is getting a lot of abuse, and that just adds to the fret buzz. So I had to give it just a little bit of a bow just to get it off of those frets there. It seems to be all right so far. And then the pickups, like I said, these pickups are fantastic. I love them. A lot of output. When you do squeals, man, it just carries a note forever. So really, really hot pickups. I like them a lot. And let's see, now we're going up this direction. We got an ebony fingerboard, of course, and this one is, it's weird. It's like it's dark on the top, and then when you come around to this side, it's a little bit lighter. And got some jumbo frets, 24 jumbo frets. Yeah, about the frets, there's a little bit, when you run your hand down on both sides, there's a little bit of overhang, but these frets are nice and filed off, so no issues there. It's just they do overhang just slightly, but it ain't a total deal breaker. And then the neck itself, this matte finish, you can just fucking shred across this thing all day long. No neck dive. When you put the strap on, I'll show you guys. So when you stand like this, no neck dive whatsoever. It stays in that right position, right where you need it. And I've never really ever had a problem, even if the guitar had neck dive. It never was a showstopper for me. It was okay. I was able to deal with it. But yeah, out of all the flying V's, just pretty much any guitar period, this for metal, this is like the most comfortable guitar I've ever played. And it's got these Grover tuners on it. These are 18:1 ratio, so when you give it a little bit of turn, it responds very well, which is more than I can say for my Jackson tuners. Those things absolutely suck. On that SLXT that I picked up, those tuners gotta go. I gotta get rid of them whenever I get a chance. But yeah, as a comparison to my first impression when I unboxed it to now, I have zero complaints added to this thing. I mean, I love this guitar. You guys see, I've been playing it a lot. Like I waited a while before I was gonna put it in my tuning and set it up according to like all the songs that I write, which is an A standard. That's just my tuning that I like. And I already told you guys how I feel about 7-string guitars, so that's why I did not go with one of those. I got rid of the other one that I had. I'm not a 7-string guy. I've tried to fall in love with them and I just can't. I just love the way these feel and play a lot better. If you guys are wondering the shape of the neck, it's not like a Jackson neck. It's more like if you guys own any BC Rich, it's a lot like that. It's like a C shape, but it's still very, very comfortable and it's still plenty fast. And then the heel on the neck doesn't start till a little bit past the 15th fret. And this took me actually a little bit to get used to too. When I first got the guitar, I can't remember what I covered. I think, oh, it was Behemoth Conquer All. That was the first cover I did with this guitar. And when I first got it, I was having a hell of a time soloing, like trying to figure out where the hell I was. I wasn't used to going from inlays to no inlays. I did okay for the most part, but it was still kind of throwing me off. But I got used to it. Like now, it's not even a big deal at all. I totally got used to it. Another added thing, I didn't have any issue whatsoever with putting a thicker gauge string through the tuning pegs up here. I've had that issue in the past on some other guitars. Excuse me. I've had that issue in the past. I can't remember exactly what brands they were, but I've had problems in the past with that. But this one, no problems whatsoever. I was able to fit a 62 through there just fine. Like I said, when I got this guitar, I had a couple cosmetic issues, which is, this one's fine. That one got banged a little bit. She got banged a little bit too, just a little polka dot, but no problems whatsoever. It's a player's guitar, so from here on out, it ain't gonna get bumped anymore, except for when I hit it against a chair, because that happens sometimes. But I'm trying to take as best of care of it as I possibly can from here on out, because I love this thing and it's incredible. As far as the weight goes, you can definitely tell it's mahogany. It's got a little bit of beef to it. Carries a note forever, which is nice. You get a lot of sustain, a lot of resonance, and you get a really fat tone from this thing. So, like, this is definitely one of the best metal guitars I've picked up in a long time. I'm sticking to my words on that, and that's 100% true. This thing is awesome. This thing is a badass guitar. So that'll about do it for this video. I just wanted to share some added opinions on this thing, let you guys know a little bit update on how I feel about this guitar. I know you've seen me doing a lot of covers with it. I absolutely love this thing. So if you guys have any questions, you have any comments, anything, just leave it in the comment section. We'll talk there, and I will talk to you guys soon. Have a good one.